Good. Okay. I will open this meeting, today's Burlington Town Council meeting for June 9th, 2026. Those present is Jared Goltz and myself, Kevin Hammond. Our attorney, Just Miller, is here by phone, and Karen Dinger, town clerk, is present as well. We will open the meeting. First will be approval of minutes.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Motion by Jared Goltz. I will second that motion. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion will carry. Next will be payment of bills.
There's only one difference.
I say McCord's, that's why I never raised. I thought it used to be $5.
Yeah.
About $7.50. They jumped their price on us.
Make a motion to approve the payment of claims.
So we have a motion by Jared Goltz to pay sewage and town. I will second that motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next will be town marshal's report. Stops. Golf cart inspection. Make a motion to accept the Burlington Town Marshal report.
Second.
I made the motion, Jared seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Steve?
As you know, we've got the streets paved, got that project all done. They come under budget quite a bit. And some of that because I kind of prepped the area for them, cut the dirt off the sides of the road, trimmed trees. And our original bid was $124.
It's at the top right, I think.
Yeah, you got some already in there. $124,000, and they got it done for $83,449.
It's a lot cheaper. Well, we just end up giving that money back to the
You
state,
can give
right?
it a check, Spotty.
Huh?
You can just write it in a check.
Isn't that how that works though? We have to give it back to the state.
Yeah.
Yeah, after we pay Central Paving,
Right.
Ken said he has to do some reports, and then they'll send us the bill for what we have to send back.
So do we need to make a motion to pay this?
If you don't mind, that way,
Right.
it's on the books that
Right.
got approved.
I'll make a motion that we pay Central Paving for the work that was done.
Second.
I need the motion, Jared seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. That was a big step. I'm glad that's done. I'm glad they got us done early. Very truthful.
Yeah. Yeah, everything went real smooth, that's one reason why it was cheaper too. Didn't run into any issues. There been some patching where they needed patched. Like they put in, like I said, on their Park Ridge Road, they put in almost 21 tons in the patch. So they dug down quite a bit, get rid of that soft spot. Hopefully
That works, but I'm glad they did it and still came under budget, so.
yeah. The only other thing I got is what's the next step on the Shagley property, which I think that's a question for Justin. I don't know if you can hear me or not.
Okay, Justin, we got a question for you.
Okay.
Yeah, on the Shagley property, their time's up, I think on the, what did we say, Karen, 14th?
Well, I had it, where did I write that down?
Did you hear Steve's
I
question?
think it was, if you went by the notice, the first notice, it would be June 10th, tomorrow. If you went by the date it was hand delivered, it would have been around June 6th.
I just want to know what our next step was, what I need to do, or.
Did you hear that, Justin?
So basically he's asking when to clean that place up.
Well, the time that we gave him that to
60
clean
days.
it up, the 60 days or whatever is up, either the 6th or the 10th, depending on what day it went by. But we just want to know what our next step is now, since he kind of started and then stopped and hasn't done a
One
lot.
day they were there.
Yeah.
And then the mail, the certified letter came back to us, it was never picked up. So then the only proof of delivery, well, really the only is Shane hand delivering it
To the caretakers, right?
to somebody that was at the
Yeah.
house.
So who do we have service on? Do we know?
It was just some lady at the house, we don't know.
We don't know for sure. I thought it was the caretaker of him, but I'm not positive.
What do you mean by caretaker?
He had guardians. They had guardianship over him at one time, but as far as I know, he's over age now. So I don't know if they still have guardianship over him because of medical and all that. I don't know.
Okay.
That might be a shame
this-
question.
Okay. So this kid's over 18 now, right?
Yes.
And we think he owns the property.
Yes.
Okay. Now we checked that. We checked who the owner is for sure.
I
Like,
believe
recorder's
Shane
office.
did. Yes, I believe Shane did through there and through Beacon.
Okay. But we haven't got service on him.
No, it does not sound like it.
Okay.
So we need to try to get service on him would be our next step, I would assume.
Well, are we in a position to do anything about this anyways? You guys want to spend the money and clean the place up?
They'd have to be hired out.
We'd have to hire this one out.
Right.
So,
I mean, if you guys are, I think the service is probably good enough, but on somebody that's there on the property, usually that's sufficient, serves an individual at the property, but,
right.
It was served at a different residence where he's staying
Right.
in Delphi.
It's where he lives in Delphi.
Nobody is staying at those houses down there.
okay. Well, do we have a notice taped to the door or anything?
No,
We left anything at the property, actual property?
no.
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 The certified letter and a hand delivery.
Alright. And he didn't get any proof of service? Like, he didn't fill out anything?
I don't think, didn't sound like it. I think he just handed it to him and said, here's your notice.
Okay.
And I think somebody got it because it was like that next weekend, it was their work.
Yeah, I mean, they,
Did our notice, did that notice say 60 days on it?
Yes,
We gave him 60 days to clean it up.
right.
yes.
Alright, because we were using a 10-day notice, a 10-day abatement notice. That's my understanding back in a long time ago.
I believe so, yes. Back in Jill's term.
Steve wanted to give him more time.
I understand. Well, here's what I'd say. I'd say, wonder if we could give him a 10-day notice, see if we can get better service, see if we can get him served. Be awesome if we can get him served himself. Definitely get something on the door of the place.
So, okay. So,
Definitely need to leave something there at the premises for sure.
and then have Shane have somebody sign for it, try to get him specifically.
Yeah, ideally that would be great. And I would shorten it to the 10-day notice this time. Say we already served you with the 60 years of 10. And then move forward if you guys want to, find somebody to clean the place up. I think that's the next step, basically.
I just think it's gonna be really hard to get service directly to him.
We don't know where he lives or.
That's where it was handed to.
Yeah, that's where he lives, is the house that was served. So,
They just, well, the certified mail went to that house too. They just, it was unclaimed.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Well, we can try again. Once again, I think that's good enough service, honestly. Usually if you leave it, if it shows copy service left at a door is usually good enough service for all civil process. So
Right.
even if Shane, if we have reason to believe that he lives at that residence, why do we think he lives there?
He does not live at the properties in question. He lives,
They were given guardianship over him, I think, through the court for a while. And he's just
Okay.
continued to stay there.
But we still think he lives there.
Yes.
Okay. I would just try it again. I think we have good enough service. You have somebody at the residence that we knew him to live at. Has taken, he's actually even reacted to that, right? So we think that he actually reacted to our letter.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't do much, but so I feel comfortable with that. I would just hit him with another notice, a 10-day notice, just to be extra cautious. Definitely put the notice, leave the notice taped to the door of the property in Burlington, and then serve him again. I didn't have to do it by certified mail. I just serve him in person. If no one answers the door this time, he can just tape it, leave it, whatever, on the door that that they use at the Delphi property. And then I think we're covered as far as service. This is a matter of, once again, and that gets into cleaning the property, going ahead and cleaning the property up and incurring the bill, and then cleaning the property up like we would on a sewer leak.
Right. Okay.
That's basically the process that's in our ordinance.
You good?
Yeah, I'll put that on the door, that Karen.
So, it just be a matter of waiting out the
Good
extra
job.
10 days.
Okay. Yep, that's good. I think that covers what we need to do, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. Alright.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Is anybody here from community college? Okay. I wasn't sure, that's why I was asking. So we will go to the Burlington Community Club.
Hi. My name's Samantha Ariaga, and Jimmy is my brother.
Sorry.
It's not that bad. So I'm vice president now. So we would like to see if you all were interested in making a donation for the fireworks for the 4th of July. It's my understanding that's kind of been happening the last few years. And we have kind of an expanded program for this year. We're going to try a few new things. We're going to have some vendor spots open, and obviously the concession stand like usual, but we're going to try out having like some vendor stuff and like the games guy and the bounce house and stuff out in the park to try and get people down there, you know, in the early evening, like around 6. So they have something to do before the fireworks start. So.
How much did we do last year?
Last year it was 1,500, and then, it was out of the Economic Development Fund, and there's 68,000 in there. Balance.
That stuff he's setting up, is it real tall? There's a lot of people set around that area right there, like fireworks.
2.
I'm not sure
So we're good with 2.
as far as the bouncy guy.
Yeah.
I think they've reached out to him. I don't think he's locked in yet.
Okay. I'll make a motion that we donate $2,000 to the Burlington Community Club for the 4th of July fireworks.
Second.
Motion, second by Jared. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do you need me to say?
Nope.
Yep.
Just Karen will get with you.
Okay.
Or you can get with
I'll
Karen.
have Dick
Yeah.
call you. Because he knows the money stuff.
Right.
All right, awesome. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Park board. I don't know, I'm just going slow. I'm trying to go slow. Stalling. Okay, next up, Carroll County EDC.
Yeah, well, before James gets up, I'm just gonna do a little flashback for you. And I don't think you were at the meeting in April when James reported
I was not.
that the state is putting a pressure on you for housing. The day after, this is the Carroll County comment, it came out following Wednesday. And here is the official press release from the governor saying, housing, yay, rah, yay, rah. Okay, so James, we made the commitment and James is going to report back. I've heard for years, well, the reason we can't get more houses is because of the sanitary wastewater problem. So James is going to report back to you some opportunities you can have to get some funding and whatnot, because they're going to start badgering you if they haven't already.
Yeah, but it's coming.
It's coming. They said so. So James.
Yep. Thank you, Keith. And to also add on top of that, back in 2006, 2025, the state legislature did its reform of property taxes and how that is calculated, how that's impacting in tax levies rates. So when those reforms actually start hitting on top of these new requirements from the state on housing, it's going to put, at least from my understanding, from talking to folks down there in Indianapolis who study and have done a lot more studying on the implications of what those tax reforms mean. It means that even though property owners are getting tax breaks and different credits and all that, it's going to leave a number of municipalities, towns, and cities in the predicament of having to pay more at the same level of services that you're providing for your community. So that makes the case even more important for if there's going to be any growth that you want or see, at least housing is your best opportunity to control that. And what I have to report back as part of that are opportunities as far as funding for water infrastructure, and particularly wastewater. And do you need another copy?
Daniel, he's not here, but yeah, I want a copy.
So a list of opportunities with different agencies such as the United States Department of Agriculture, the EPA, and then a section on there as far as state resources that can provide an opportunity to help either cover or help reduce the cost of funding either pre-development or studying what the engineering behind wastewater treatment, or potentially paying for the cost for constructing wastewater sewer. Going back to, I'm trying to think of the property where there's a TIF, housing TIF.
Yeah, we've talked about that before. You have a rural TIF, which is advantageous to a developer. And Brett, I've been talking with Brett Reinhardt there, and he's been talking with a Tim Kumler, I think he's there, he's over dollar there. He's interested in trying to do some development there. He's been heavily involved over in Kokomo with Chrysler, but that's going downhill. So now he's looking for new opportunities. So he is interested in working with you and doing that what we can. Now, I believe the opportunities that James has documented there, and correct me if I'm wrong, those are really targeted at communities of 10,000 or less. And we qualify for that.
Right.
Yeah. And included with that, some of them, I believe, under state resources, or there's another section in there. It's called the Indiana Environmental Infrastructure Working Group. I might have messed that acronym up, but it's somewhere listed in where they are a state intra-agency where they will work with taking the town in, signing up, and figuring out what grants or loans or other resources will be best for the town of Burlington if this was something you want to pursue. We can also talk to Kirksey, the Kankakee Iroquois Regional Planning, of helping with that, so that way it's not on you to do it by yourself, or we can work with Kirksey as well and lend the EDC's weight behind assistance as well. But certainly there's definitely funding and opportunities out there if this was a route you wanted to take to encourage housing development to take place. Anything that I missed, Keith?
Not that I can think of right now. Bottom line is, you pay money to the EDC every year. We're here to help you. I'm trying to respond to what I heard is the limiting factor. I see what the state's doing to you, and so we're here to help. So what we need from you is, how do you want to proceed? First of all, do you want to proceed? And if so, how do you want to proceed?
Well, if it's affordable, yes.
Well, that, of course, that's number one, but they're going to badger you, and so if you read the article, they ask, well, what are the things keeping you? Okay, well, we don't have any money. Well, please state, come on, give us some money. But he opens the door for you to tell the state what is keeping you from increasing housing. So you need to think about that. We need to be sure, because all I've ever heard is it's alleged that wastewater is the limiting factor. We need some organization, other than we folks, to say, yep, that is, and this is what it's gonna take to get around it.
Okay.
Because if we don't get around that, we're never gonna get anywhere. You know, having town water is totally impractical, because the street you just put in, it'd be tearing it up, if they put pipes underneath it.
Well, the town would go crazy by the time we hook up fees and everything else.
I totally agree, and so
But
that,
if you started completely different wherever we go, with
Yeah.
sewage and water out there.
which may be the way to proceed. You know, in that TIF district, is kind of have it set up as a separate utilities, I don't want to say network, but
Right.
whatever,
No, technically it's what it would be. I mean,
yeah. And, you know, it's up for, I see it's up to your folks, board here, to say, this is what we like to do. It's hard to do it on your own because you've never been through it.
right.
We have some connections. We're here to help you. Tell me what you need.
Excellent.
So, mull it over. Have Karen get back with us and let us know
Right.
how you want to proceed. If you want to have a separate meeting other than the monthly meeting where you want to talk to, you spot some possible sources here, talk to us about getting meetings set up, getting personnel
So
in.
you guys would be interested if we had a special meeting?
Yeah,
Okay.
of course, we're here to help you.
Right. Okay. I appreciate it. It gives us something to think about, so.
Yeah, like I said, we're here to help you as much as we can.
Yeah, I can send a digital copy linked to some of those websites where they confirm if you want to take a deeper dive and do some more looking for yourself too.
Yeah, and also last time I left a printout that you can go up yourself from Purdue about what advantages a rural TIF does for you as a community. So there's a lot of advantages for the developer. So that's a big enticement. And of course, when we say that, well, okay, the TIF, well, what goes in to the improvements you don't immediately get, but on the other hand, you don't get any less money than what the land sitting empty is.
Right.
So you don't lose money. It is future money, and then hopefully with the expansion, you know, more people, more whatever, you have the collateral benefits of expanding that housing base.
Right.
Plus, the kids don't have to go away, you know, don't have to move away.
Yeah. I don't know.
I really didn't expect a definitive answer tonight.
No, yeah,
No.
it's
No,
just a
it
lot
was-
to think about. But
This is mostly informational.
Right.
We made a commitment back in April to come back to you. And either we can say in a couple months we'll come back, or Karen can get with Shannon and get a separate meeting set up that's focused just on that,
Right.
however you want to work it.
Excellent. Okay. Do you guys have anything else for us? It's a lot to think. A lot of crammed in real quick, but.
You did take that drink from the fire hose, right?
Here's your paper back.
Oh, you can keep that.
Okay.
That's why I brought it there,
Okay.
so that you reference it back to see exactly what the public, release it was that it sent to the papers.
Excellent. So moving on, the Duke Energy contract for the new streetlights. This is the contract, right? We didn't really change prices or anything.
No, what they told me is just, it's a monthly fee. There's no cost for installation.
Right, that's what I thought.
It's just they're gonna start charging us monthly, and he said he could put it on that aluminum transmission pole. It's at the corner
Mm-hmm.
of 3rd Street.
Make a motion to go ahead and have this out.
The storm,
Yeah.
there was a storm coming in.
Okay. I will second that motion. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. 2026 payroll allowance docket. Make a motion, we accept the allowance docket for May 2026.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Next is 2027 budget. Yeah, with a lot of joy, Aaron.
Well, I didn't know, since all three of you are not here, I just didn't know if you guys wanted to set up a meeting, but we can do that another time, maybe at some point, you and I can get together, to start, but I think I said August 14th was my meeting with the Department of Local Government Finance. So just trying to have figures done by then, so that,
You want to try next Wednesday? I can meet at 3. So that can be, I mean, if we just do 3 o'clock, so get you a minute. 17. I don't think I have anything going on.
okay.
That big.
We can do initial, and then, normally what we do is we try to have a meeting with everybody to go over things.
So we'll have to
What do you
set up
guys think?
the meeting initially. My calendar. Does that work for you? Any miscellaneous business before we adjourn? I make a motion that we end this meeting. Second. All in favor, say aye. Aye.